Congratulations on starting your own Ameriplan home-based business. But how do we get started? Well, first, I'd like to introduce you to Corporate Ameriplan so you can see how beautiful the office is, which, by the way, you can visit anytime. And here's the outside of corporate headquarters. This is what it looks like as you drive up to the building. And here's the inside of the building as you're walking into corporate headquarters. Just drop dead gorgeous. And if you live in driving distance, you can invite guests to the live business opportunity meetings and the live training meetings. Imagine that, inviting guests there. They're pulling up to corporate headquarters and walking in and seeing this drop dead gorgeous building. Pretty impressive. Now we're going to change gears here, moving right into training. First of all, welcome to Brighter Life Team, and welcome to Brighter Life Team's training website. You can access the Brighter Life Team training website at www.brighterlifeteam.com and also at www.myibotraining.com. Now, this training website is not provided by Corporate Ameriplan. The Brighter Life Team 10 Steps Training, the Brighter Life Team Training Center, and the free leads are all a gift to you. These gifts are provided to you by your upline National Sales Director, Yvette Rendon. Although this is not something that she is required to do, she knows how much easier it can be when you don't have to create scripts and training for yourself and your new business partners and your downline. Yvette literally started out from scratch. No one in her upline provided her with a script, nor training, nor support. Her upline just went poof. They disappeared after she signed up. We're not knocking them. It just goes to show you that we want to see you succeed by providing our team members with extra tools. So no excuses here that this business won't work. We make it work. Nor did her sponsor nor upline provide her with leads to help her get some training under her belt. And of course, this is not an Ameriplan requirement, but she understands that by having practice leads, scripts to follow, and tools and training with a little support and assistance can be a huge leap forward in getting started by not having to create it all from scratch for yourself and your downline. And speaking of training and support, for starters, there's two main sections in the Brighter Life Team training website that you'll want to familiarize yourself with. One are the 10 steps training, which you're currently in, and two, the training center is what you'll use a lot of in the future. The training center has a diamond in it. It's the Brighter Life Team Training Center, wishing your future to be brighter. This training center is filled with 100+ methods of marketing for growing your business. So you'll hear many of us refer to this training center a lot. And in the training center, you'll notice lots of great tips and tools to grow your business. Scripts, training audios, different methods of marketing I was referring to, tracking forms, and documents and applications you can print up, all in one login website location for all your websites. Marketing tools and tips to grow your business. Okay, enough. Enough referring to myself as a third party. Hello, I'm Yvette Rendon, your upline National Sales Director, and happy to assist you in growing your Ameriplan business. I'd like to extend my cell phone number to you. You may want to program this into your cell phone as well, as it will come in handy as you're building your business. And more about that in just a minute. My phone number is area code 702-279-4223. That again is 702-279-4223. And as you're getting started, you're going to have a lot of questions. Feel free to email me any questions anytime at brighterlifeteam@gmail.com. That again is brighterlifeteam@gmail.com. Now, I'm available Monday through Saturday from 9 to 3. I am available during those hours for three-way prospecting calls and three-way getting started training calls for your team members that you're going to be signing up and their downline. Once again, my hours are from 9 to 3, Monday through Friday, for 3 ways. And feel free to text me on my cell phone whenever you have a prospect on the line that's interested in doing this business but has questions that you're not sure of because you're new in AmeriPlan. Use one of our short text codes. Just type the number 3, WAY, for three-way or three-way prospect. And I'll call you right back so we can do the three-way together. We'll get your prospects' questions answered and get them signed up if they're ready to. Now, if you're on the phone with your prospect, simply say to them, that's a great question. Do you have any other questions besides that one? Okay, great. Those are great questions for our national trainer. And being that I'm new at this, rather than having you holding on the line, is it okay if I call you right back as soon as I get her on the line? And they always say sure. And then just simply text me one of the short codes, whether it's three-way prospect, three-way I got a sign up, or three-way training. Okay, and just know as you're getting started and you're working your AmeriPlan business, you're going to have a lot of questions. And to text me those questions, I really cannot look at that and text from my cell phone answers to questions. It's best to either call me directly on my cell phone or email me your questions at brighterlifeteam@gmail.com. That again is at brighterlifeteam@gmail.com, because I personally cannot assist with the text questions from my cell phone. The short codes are easy to manage as I can see them at a glance. I can glance at my phone even if I'm on a prospecting call. So don't let this prevent you from asking questions in the future. We find that the new IBOs asking the most questions are the ones who make the most money early on in AmeriPlan. Email your questions to me at brighterlifeteam@gmail.com, and feel free to email questions any time of the day, over the weekend as well. You do whatever it takes to get your questions answered. And it's best to email me because I have a keyboard, makes it a lot easier to type, and I can send you the links to different trainings to assist you better and faster. So remember only to use my cell phone for either you're calling me or you're texting me with that three-way method that we're using here, the three-way or three-way prospect, three-way training, I gotta sign up, real simple short codes. You're already in business. Your AmeriPlan websites are already up and running for you. And you know something? You're going to run into prospects that have absolutely no questions after they've listened to the second recording, to the full presentation, the full details. They're ready to move forward. For example, right after that, you'll ask them, do you have any questions, or are you just ready to get started? They say they're ready to get started. Great. The first thing I need to get you set up is the correct spelling of your first and last name. This is how AmeriPlan will be making out your checks. So you want to be prepared for the sign up. This is really important. You don't want to be fumbling around looking for this sheet when they said they're ready to get started. Okay, so you want to be prepared to take down their information. And when that initial sign up happens, text me, I got a sign up. And I'll call you right back to walk you through your own online AmeriPlan IBO website to process that application on your personalized website. Once I walk you through this one time, you'll know how to do it yourself. It's that simple. And you know, some new IBOs like to take control of their trainings from the get-go because it's so simple when you're following this sheet. I got to sign up, now what? How do I help my business partners? It's really easy to direct your new business partners to do their initial 10 steps training with this sheet in front of you. It's located in my IBO training pack. More about my new IBO training pack in a few minutes. But if you prefer that your sponsor or I assist you, send a text with 3-way training. You can do this until you feel comfortable with pointing your newbies in the right direction. And speaking of initial training and pointing people in the right direction, something to keep in mind is we cannot stress enough that it's just not one giant step that'll make you the big bucks in AmeriPlan. It's all the little steps that you're taking daily towards building the foundation of your business. Growing your AmeriPlan business is going to take persistence and is going to be a continual learning process and is designed for everyone to go at their own pace because we all learn at a different pace. Everyone learns as they're working. We call this earn while you learn. And it's really important to understand that those who succeed in AmeriPlan are those who persist. For starters, you're going to start in the same place as if you were a brand new employee starting a new job. You have to get trained because you need to know some knowledge of the company you work for and familiarize yourself with the services that the company offers. And of course, anytime you're getting started in something new, there's going to be a learning curve. And although we used the example that of an employee in the previous slide, it is important to keep in mind that this is not a job. You are the CEO of your own company. When you're working your business, it's important for you to allow the professionalism in you to take charge. The employee mindset waits to be handheld, told what to do and when to do it, while the business mindset looks for ways to make this business work. The employee mindset whines and complains about what's not working. They're looking for reasons why this business isn't going to work for them, while the business mindset looks for solutions. The employee mindset is focused on what's not working, and some even go out of their own way to look for reasons not to do this after they've already paid and got started. There's a name for this. When someone wants a better lifestyle and paid for their own AmeriPlan home business but is immediately looking for ways to prove that this business doesn't work, we call this self-sabotage. The employee mindset is focused on only what's not working. The business mindset is focused on finding reasons to make this work. A question to ask yourself is, will you have the employee mindset or the business mindset in your AmeriPlan business? First and foremost, you are an independent business owner. Your success is up to you and in your hands. At the same time, your sponsor is waiting to hear from you. Your sponsor is your coach and happy to assist you. And if they're new in the business, you go upline. For example, if you're in my organization, I am your upline national sales director. If you're going through the 10 steps training, I am more than likely your upline national sales director. Together, you and your sponsor are a team, and you will succeed much quicker if you follow our system and are working together. Stay in contact once a day with your sponsor or upline your initial 5 days in business. This will get you moving forward into the right direction. And it is important for you to call or email your sponsor anytime A, you have a question you cannot find the answer to. B, you have a problem you cannot solve. C, you wish to brainstorm new methods of marketing, new ways of advertising, internet marketing, local marketing, whatever it is. And D, you feel overwhelmed. This one is probably the toughest time to reach out to us. This is why we call it hitting the wall. Everyone hits the wall at some point. The key is, don't just sit and simmer in frustration and then quit. Or like the deer in headlights, instead do something about it. When you hit that wall, pick up the phone, call your sponsor or your upline to help you break through that wall. Now, plugging into training calls every week is vital to growing your business. That's 2 training calls a week. These training calls are very short, 20 to 30-minute calls. Only an hour a week of training. You can listen together with your spouse. You can listen while you're doing the dishes or making dinner or doing your laundry. You can call from your office. Call on the road if you have to. 2 training calls a week. Plug into 2 trainings per week. The founders of the company, Dennis and Daniel Bloom, host a call for you every Monday so that you could keep up with the corporate news. This call is held every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This call is immediately followed by basic training. The telephone number to dial into this live call is area code 712-432-3066, PIN number 943026. Keeping in mind, the more you learn, the more you'll earn. Although we like to keep up with the news at Corporate Ameriplan, and we like to hear a variety of trainers across the country, there's 2 calls I'm always on. 1, the Monday corporate call with the founders of the company we just mentioned, and 2, our Saturday Passion for Success training calls. At Passion for Success, you'll learn different methods of marketing for the local market, the internet, online marketing, and over the telephone across the country. You'll learn how to work your warm market without turning them off. And for those of you starting out in a cold market, you'll learn how to warm up a cold market for generating both member leads and IBO prospects. So there's something for everyone on every call, and it's tied into your Brighter Life Team training website. Saturday training calls are held at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That again is at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now the dial-in number is different than the Monday corporate call dial-in number, so it's important to write this down. Area code 267-507-0240. PIN number 727650. The number again for the Passion for Success training calls on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Area code 267-507-0240. PIN number 727650. Our Passion for Success training calls are held on Saturdays and not during the week for a good reason. This gives people time to catch up with training. You can reflect, brainstorm, and set up the following week. This way, when Monday comes, you can hit the ground running by implementing what you've already learned over the weekend versus those who are trying to learn stuff during the week and trying to learn how to implement it into their business, taking away dialing time and their prospecting time from new business. So come Monday, you're already ahead of the game. Now, to maximize your business, be sure to plug into these calls on a weekly basis and remind your new business partners and your downline, your team, to be on these calls until they've reached the income level they desire. If you want to make, for example, $25,000 in annual residuals, you want to build up to that, well, you're going to want to plug into these calls every single week until you've reached that income level. Okay, what are we really talking? 2 calls per week that you're going to be plugging into until you reach that income level. We're talking what, 20 minutes to 30 minutes per call? Under an hour a week to build up that kind of income, that's really good. Okay, and let's say you have someone that's on the 2-year plan, working part-time to build up to 100,000 annual residuals. Well, you need to stress to them they need to be on 2 training calls every week until their monthly residuals $8,333.33. So these calls are crucial to staying positive while you're growing your business, staying motivated while you're growing your business, and imperative to learning new growing tips in your AmeriPlan home business. So being on these calls are crucial to building your check. Being on these calls also builds up discipline. Okay, and you're all set with step 1.